Dr. Evette here. Okay, I'm out in the garden to get some harvesting done. This is the best time of year to be out here, and it is my favorite time of the year. It is fall, the perfect weather. So I'm going to do some cleanup around the garden, and then I'm going to start to make my plans for what I'm going to put out as my winter flower. Get all of the weeds taken care of, pull up all the vegetables that are not producing anymore. So if this is something that you're interested in, I am a beginning gardener. I am in year 2 now. So if you want to take this journey with me, stay tuned. Happy gardening. This is the first time I've had big bell pepper. Look at this banana pepper too. It's pretty. Banana peppers. So I'm gonna turn it around. Just look at this. It's so pretty. There's one right there. There's another one coming. But look how pretty these bell peppers are. Oh my goodness. I've got to bring the camera closer so everyone can see how pretty they are. Let me get closer. Okay, I wanted to bring the camera in closer so you can see. Look at this. Okay, so on camera it doesn't look that big, but you can tell by my hand how big it is, and it may not be as wide as some of them that you see in the store, but this is pretty big to me, so I'm gonna harvest it today. I am super excited, and I have no idea what I'm cooking. I am just so happy that I got a full size bell pepper. I don't know what to do. And look at these purple ones. Um, look at this. Look at that. Oh, I'm so excited. And there's a few more coming. Look at this one. It is so full. Now, something got to one of them. I actually think that bush goes over there. But something got to one of them. I'm going to cut it just so you can see it. But something got to this one. It's coming closer so we can see. It almost looks like an apple, but I'll throw it out. But look how pretty and shiny that purple was. So after I fertilized this, they got so much bigger and better. So I'm excited. Now I do see spider mites in them. Let me just turn it down so you can see. There's a web right here, and there's a web down there, but I didn't treat this for spider mites, but that's okay. But I'm super excited that my bell pepper has done really, really well. Let me tilt back up so you can see those purple ones. Ah, that's me making the noise with my mouth because I'm dancing. You don't see me. Happy gardening. Okay, that's it for the green stalk. So I'm going to give it a little bit of water and let it keep producing how it wants to produce. I'm gonna let the bell peppers up here get a little bit bigger. And then there's some green ones right here. They're kind of hard to see. Let me come in closer. This green one right here, I want these to get a little bit bigger if they can. There's one there and there's a baby one coming in right there. So I want those to get a little bit bigger if they can. And the banana peppers that are over here, I want them to get a little bit bigger. But it is doing amazing in this beginning, latter summer, beginning of fall. Because it is September 16th. A couple of days from my celebration of life, my birthday. And so I just think some crop does well here in the coastal South, late summer, early fall, and bell peppers, jalapeno peppers are two of them. Happy gardening. Okay, excuse the wind, but what I'm about to do next is stake up this middle tomato bush right here. The one on this end is already on the trellis. This one right here, I didn't want to bend it enough to put it on the trellis, so I put a tomato stake on it, and I'm about to do the same thing to the one in the middle. But I'm gonna need my friend that's taller than me to come help me, because I know I'm just not gonna be able to get there properly. And also ignore the wind if you can. It's a little windy out here, but I'll just do some music because I'm not going to be talking. Happy gardening. Okay, so I'm going to trim them up a little bit at the bottom, um, especially where there's no flowers, where there's going to be tomatoes. So I think I'm going to do that. Okay, that one looks pretty good. Let me go and get my pail that I can put the scraps in. I'll be right back. Okay, went and got my pail to put the leaves in. And let's just keep going, trimming up the tomato bushes. Okay, so I think I'm doing pretty good. I got one more to go, and I'm gonna have to really stretch to reach that one. I actually may go around and try to cut through the trellis side. Okay, so I think that looks good. We've got a few tomatoes on it. I'm coming a little bit closer so you can see the tomatoes. Remember, this is fall growing. We planted these at the end of summer in August, and I think it's a great time for these tomatoes. I'll show you what we got. There's two right here. There's two. And then it looks like there's three more coming. And then there's some more flowers. On this middle bush, there's one, two right there. And there's plenty more flowers. And on this final bush, there's one right here. It looked like something got it. Darn. Looks like something got this one. So I'm going to cut it. Looks like something got this one. Oh man. I'll grab it so you can see it. Looks like something got that last tomato. Okay, it looks like something got that one. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like it's still in there. I don't know, but it's okay to lose some, but because I'm vegetarian or quasi-vegetarian, I don't like for any bugs to eat my vegetables because I spend a lot of money at the grocery store on vegetables. So don't do that. I was right. It was still in there. Look at what it was. A happy little worm. So this is a win for me just because I say a win. I lost a tomato, but it's a win for me because I would have typically dropped this tomato with this worm in it. But I knew it was something still in there eating on this tomato. I don't know what type of worm it is. Let me come in closer to see if the camera will focus. But it is still alive because when I cut it open, it moved. But I'm not sharing my vegetables with you, so you got to go away. So this is not happy gardening, it's survival gardening. So I am harvesting and cleaning up the garden beds. And so here I'm going to remove some of the leaves that have fallen off. I'm going to pull up to these two bell pepper bushes there that no longer have life. I'm going to harvest my eggplant. And I think that's it for this one bed. Stuff, although it looks like it has something that's trying to grow on it, like right there. I just don't like that it's yellow now. Looks like it had a little banana pepper that grew on it. A little banana pepper, but I think these are the banana peppers that's in the garden stalk, but not the ones that are in the bed. I think they just got smothered out. Small pepper that grew on it. bell pepper, and sweet basil. So there's a basil smell conversion. Basil grows on new wood. So that helps it. So I think that's looking pretty good for now. And I'm gonna harvest the eggplant that's on there. Let me come in a little closer so you can see what I'm about to take off. And remove this little bit of trash that's right here, and we'll go to the next bed. That's just powder that we use to keep something was eating on the leaves. So my husband sprinkled some 7 dust. Take off these yellow leaves. Actually, they're just popping right off. Okay, so that's 2 harvested from this plant. I'll clean up the rest of the bed and we'll move on to the next. Okay, moving on to the second bed. This bed has cucumber in it that's doing quite well, and then I'm going to trim down this spearmint right here because the cucumber has these little, I don't know what these things are called, but it gets wrapped around the spearmint and don't want to allow the cucumber to grow up like it's doing. And so I'm gonna cut down the spearmint, and there's bell pepper at the back that was in the green stalk. And once my husband realized that it was bell pepper on it, he planted it here, but I don't think it's gonna make it. So I'm gonna pull up those 2 bushes and get this bed cleaned up a little bit better. So here we go. It smells so good, like bubble gum. I don't want to pull it up all the way because it's making things away from it, but way cucumber bushes feel. Sorry for walking in front of the camera. So, just in case you can't see it, there's a cucumber right here. I don't know how to tell if they're ready to harvest, but I guess it might be ready. Since it's dropped on me. If you look right here, there's another one. Let's see if I can grab something and stake it up. Okay, so from this bed, Mert believes that I can harvest that one cucumber that's laying down right there. So I'm gonna grab that one, put it in the harvest basket. So it's kind of long and a little fat. They don't look like our cousin Drew's looked, but I'll take it inside and I'll put it on the salad and I'll let you know. But there we go. See how long it is. Ooh, first fall cucumber. Okay, we're gonna add a little fertilizer again to the broccoli heads. Mert doing some extensive drenching on the plants. I think I know what's been eating on the plants. I found a worm. So I think it's worms that's eating on them. Well, maybe not here, but I did find a worm over here in the tomato and I showed you that. So I think what's eating on these plants are worms too. But I'm going to put a little fertilizer on it, to give it a boost.
I need to do some more salmon, though.
Even though I have a Miracle Grow Shake and Feed, that's not what's in here. It's a organic, soilable, soilable fertilizer for plants. Um, yeah, so hopefully, because I'm depending on this broccoli to come up out of the ground and the cabbage the same. Okay, I made a decision to thin out this pepper bed because what I've learned is when they get orange, they have been at their best. And I used some the other day in a okra and tomato over rice dish, and they were perfect. So I'm gonna thin it out some. Um, and let it keep producing so I can take my mom some pickled peppers.
That one gets in there a little bit.
On the edge.
Yeah. And it gets in this one right here.
This one, just remind me make sure not to plant so many close together. Like this one is producing.
We're trying to keep those leaves.
right. This one was 8 through. Okay. I think I got some issues going on. I'll come back once I've gotten it the way I want it. Okay, so today's harvest, let's see what we've got. We've got some bell pepper cucumber, eggplant, one banana pepper, well, one hot red pepper, banana peppers, a few banana peppers, and some okra. So we had a great harvest today. Now let's determine what we're going to make with all of these vegetables. Shiny and purple. Green. Every garden. Okay, another day in the garden is complete. I could only do the vegetable garden today, but we started out over in that first bed, staking up the tomatoes, getting all of that right. Let me move over so you can see. Sorry about that, my foot hit the tripod. So we started out over here. Look at those marigolds, they're doing beautifully. I think it loves this fall weather. Cleaning that up, look at the carrots, we fertilized, we've done that. We cleaned up this bush here, taking peppers, hot peppers, jalapeno peppers, and bell pepper out of this, leaving nothing but some marigold and eggplant that looks like it has about 3 more eggplants on them. There's one, sorry about that, 1, 2, 3. Once those finish blooming, then I'll take that up. We've got the cucumber here in the middle. Got that all cleaned up. Left the basil there. It smells really amazing. Moved the marigold right there on the end to kind of protect the cucumber from, it wasn't I saw, I can't remember what I saw on it, but it wasn't a worm. I did see worms in the other bed. And the cucumber is growing across the trellis. We have one that's almost ready. There it is there. And then there's a few more. Like if you look right here, there is one that's coming up. Let me zoom in for you to see that. There's a cucumber right there. And then this last bed, let me zoom back out. This last bed was full of jalapeno peppers, banana peppers, and hot banana peppers. And I think I took about 3 or 4 bushes out of here. You got some air flowing through, and so that should keep producing. And then we didn't do anything to this bed. We're gonna add some soil to it. And this is where I'm gonna plant some of my spring bulbs as soon as Mert pull up his potato plants. So that's it for this side of the vegetable bed. Now let's walk over to the front. There's my pail where I was putting all the scraps and everything. Let's walk to the front. I try to break it up where it is vegetable beds and then flower beds. So if you do both, you have to break up your gardening because you will get exhausted. And this summer I got exhausted twice where I just couldn't do it. Remember the watermelon that was here? Gone. So that bed is going to be used for some spring flowers. And here we go. So what we did to this bed, we just watered it real good. And Mert added some 7 dust because it looks like something was starting to eat on the cabbage leaves. And this bed should have been full. We planted 2 seeds in each well, each hole one seed, but two seeds really close to each other. And so some of them didn't germinate, so I was worried about the seeds being old. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 cabbages coming up. I'm fine with that because Mert's family, again, farms very heavy, and there will be plenty of cabbage from his uncle and his first cousin. This okra, we were going to pull it up. That's why you see the shovel over there that Mert has. Decided not to because down here at the bottom, it has started to produce again. And because we love okra, let's leave it. And then the broccoli seems to be doing amazing. And there is one onion growing in the broccoli. But the broccoli is doing amazing. Mert put some 7 dust on it because we're sure that something is eating on the leaves. I'll come in closer for you to see. I'm not sure what it is. I don't catch it. I've looked at the bottom. I've turned it over. And I don't know if it's a beetle, but I know the beetle doesn't like 7 dust. I don't know if it's a worm, but it's eating on the leaves. So we put some 7 dust on it to try to get that under control. And that's it for the vegetable garden, this fall. So we got tomatoes, eggplant, cucumber. Hopefully soon we'll have broccoli and cabbage, and of course okra. So tomorrow I will get out and start to work on the flower beds. I've got to get this one ready for fall, and I'm going to decide what plants I'm going to plant. I'm going to clean up my rose bushes and then just let them go dormant as they need to for fall and winter. Same thing with the Mexican petunia and everything that's over there. I'm going to clean around these trees because I do want to add another bench, although we don't sit on the bench, but I'm going to clean around those trees because if you keep it nice and clean, you don't have to worry about snakes. So we'll clean all of that out. And then Mert will come through the back and mow a little bit. We think we may be getting neighbors because Mert's cousins live over there. And that's their house right there, and they typically rent it out. And it's been rented out twice, but the neighbors did not work out. You know how that goes. But their brother's been over there doing some things, so hopefully somebody's moving in soon. And then we got all that back there that we never touch. But at some point we will put garden back there and just make these beautiful path spaces. I think I am going to hire a garden designer for that because I really wanted to have like a water, not a water feature, but like a little river pond or something. So it's just serene back there, really for myself. And then Mert loaded up the trailer because he's going to the trash dump with some things we don't need. So that is it for this gardening vlog. I hope you have enjoyed this journey with me. And as I always say, it's happy gardening. Eat what you grow. Thanks for watching.